with the Mrs. Ruthless 000X. We're back at you with some more Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition, or Stanley Parable 2. I don't know if we got to that point yet, but it's asking me for the correct time again. So it's currently 7:52. 7:52 p.m., right? Yeah, okay. No, yes. Hang on. Before we get started, can I just say something?
No.
Sure. Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you've booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see this screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want, even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. Alright, I'll let you get back to your video game now.
I want to close it and restart it now. Maybe that's the achievement you can't get.
What's your favorite, I don't have a favorite time.
My favorite time is
This is the
8:30
story
p.m.
of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day.
Alright, can we skip this? Yeah, we've already watched that. There's nothing different about it. Achievement unlocked. Welcome back. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Cool beans.
So, we left off
All of his
in the
coworkers were
warehouse?
gone. What could it mean?
What?
We left off in
Stanley
the warehouse?
decided to go to the meeting room.
I don't know.
Perhaps,
Because like we were in the room and we were dying.
Achievement. Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No.
I don't know, maybe.
I can't just give these merits away for such little effort.
I don't really remember. I know we had the bucket.
Bucket!
Yeah.
Now suppose you were to click the door
Yeah,
20 times.
the bucket.
I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away
Love my
as
bucket.
Stanley embraced the bucket.
Okay, so
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
have we gone
and
to
entered the door on his left.
the room that says no buckets past this point? Have we done that yet? I don't think so.
Don't
This
remember
was
that
not the
room.
correct way to the meeting room.
It's
But Stanley had felt the
when you go
bucket
to the
calling
right
to him, telling
off
him
the
that the
elevator.
employee lounge was simply the place to be.
There's a little sign I noticed the other
And here
day,
it
the other
was.
time
Had
we
the
played,
bucket
that
turned out to be correct. No,
it says no buckets
never mind.
past this point.
Bucket
Do
was
it.
wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Take that narrator.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Get
I'll
it.
come back for that. No, I'm gonna come back for that.
Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Does the
Stanley
bucket
did not
normally
question
talk?
why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have
No.
alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious
Oh, thanks for the
fact.
sub, Dean.
He was firmly convinced that the bucket had
Hi.
spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Danger everywhere.
Hey, Sandy. This one.
No,
No buckets.
buckets past this point. Do it.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding
no.
could have dire consequences on the
No
entire
buckets.
rest of the game if not addressed quickly
Yes.
and properly. So
No
much
buckets.
of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Ooh.
Okay, can I be honest? I've seen this on a video before, so
So you're cheating.
no. So I'll go with what you say, but then again, I also really want to go
No.
like the correct
I'm going
answers
to
because
run you
I've already
through some
seen.
test
I'm doing
scenarios,
it.
and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is
Uncrowned.
not a bucket.
Hey, can you
Okay,
walk
let's
around?
begin.
No, we're at a game show.
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Yes, he's tricking me.
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
What is going on?
I wonder if we could take it back a second time.
Is this a bucket?
Yes. I'm gonna say yes every time till I get one right.
Correct. This is a bucket.
I'm curious to see what happens if you say no, like the first 2 times. I've never seen anyone do that yet.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes. I don't trust him. Everything is a trap.
No.
Cheater.
Correct. This is a tractor and not
It's a
bucket.
tractor!
To be honest,
You
I
watched
just
the
sort of put this
video,
one in
you're
here
cheating.
as a gimme, but I was starting
I'll
to
let you
get
do the rest of it.
concerned that
Yeah.
even this might be too much.
So
for
this
you.
was literally the
Thank
gimme.
you for not making me look like an idiot.
I
Okay,
swear
next
this
one.
would be too much for you. He thinks we're dumb.
Is this a bucket?
No.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
It's a bucket, bae.
Item 6.
No.
Is this a bucket?
No.
Actually, forgot this one.
Trick question.
Oh, yeah.
Both.
Both.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Poke me.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Just start clicking no over and over again.
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless... Is that what you think?
Everything
Answer me
is a
straight,
bucket.
Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
Click yes.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
Yes.
Stanley,
Click
I
yes.
can't keep
Click
doing
yes.
this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart.
So
I can't have
depressed.
that.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
Audio's
I'm
out?
going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
Which audio?
Here we go.
He took your bucket.
Hold on, he took everything.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket.
She says she can
My
hear.
God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a
okay.
bucket after
Well,
all.
if Sandy can hear,
And
then-
you, Stanley, you're still here.
Sorry, Dean.
You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game.
So glad we're not
tell you
buckets.
what,
Cheers
I'll
to not being
reset
buckets.
everything, and we'll put back all of the
Wait.
buckets. Okay?
Ready?
And we'll know
Think
that
it.
it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention
can't say.
that.
That's
Who
copyrighted.
knows what that information might do
Probably.
to a person. All right, here we go.
Start over. Now, what happens if we bring it back to the same spot? Will he
got
get
rid of the
aggravated?
All of his co-workers were gone. What
No,
could
it's
it
probably
mean?
still on the pedestal.
Stanley
Yeah.
decided to go to the meeting room. Warmth
I want to go
spread
through the door.
Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Well,
I
it
want
took away
that.
our inputs.
That input, I want to know. Yeah, I want to know what
I wonder what
that
it
is
does when we
about.
find the fifth one. You know, that just needs to be our goal. Next round, we find all the inputs.
Stanley clutched
we
the
found
bucket
two of them.
tightly
It'll be a
to
little
his
harder
chest.
than
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
I think it's gonna be harder than
Stanley
we can
had
imagine,
felt
but
the
yeah,
bucket
we'll do
calling
it.
to
We'll
him,
try.
telling him that the
So I'm gonna go back to the
employee
same room
lounge
and
was
see what
simply
happens.
the place to be.
I want
And here it
to go
was.
through the door.
Had the bucket
Have you
turned
been
out to
through
be
without the
correct?
bucket?
Was no, never mind. The bucket
don't
was
remember.
wrong.
I don't.
Stanley took the door on his left
Don't
to go
remember.
back to the meeting room.
Oh, let's get the doll.
Said the bucket.
Okay.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there.
The cargo
go to
lift.
the cargo lift.
The
Don't
cargo lift.
fall.
Go there.
You're getting
Hey.
close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Lorines. Very soon, you'll collect
Figler
the
and
last one,
Lorines.
and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then.
Love this
Different
game.
in the sense that we used to
It
have
looks so
none
sad.
of them, and now we have them all.
Oh, he had to
can't go
restart
back to when
Twitch.
you
It's
had
working
no
now.
Figler and Lorines, but
Aha.
none of us can.
So for once, it wasn't your fault.
Yeah. It wasn't my fault this time. What do I want to say? Oh yeah, this game makes fun of just everything, and it's amazing.
This is scary.
Okay, we've already been here, but this was the only way to.
I remember this.
Play.
Okay, this is day number 295.
A different button.
Tape number.
No.
I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes.
We've never come here with the bucket.
The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up.
My bucket.
No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest.
You missed the whole line where we went and claimed our bucket the first time. It was great.
Make sense. There's no
I need to find the new
explanation
content.
for it.
Yes.
I still haven't figured out why I
You get-
see
I
the
think it's the
world
new content.
so differently when this
Sandy, you have
bucket
no idea
is
how
in my arms.
much
Why
buckets mean in this game.
everything feels so.
Literally everything is a bucket.
Are you a bucket?
What do I do with this treasure?
Well, no, Stanley and the narrator are not buckets. Everything else is a bucket.
I can monetize it.
Hmm?
Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket.
We've been slowly getting
But I
closer.
have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get me. What's that? Who's there? Camporata.
Look that up. What is Cam Horata?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Unknown
Stanley decided to
character.
go to the meeting room. Stanley picked up the bucket and
Really?
smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly
Is that
alone.
like a
It doesn't
forum?
appear, only talked about by the bucket.
Stanley
Okay,
touched
no,
the
I
bucket
thought it was
tightly
like a
to his
word or
chest.
something,
This
but
was
it's a
not the correct
sexual
way to the
character.
meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out
Copy.
incorrect?
The bucket was
Well,
wrong.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong.
This is the no. This is not
Stanley
the way to
took
the new
door on his
content,
left
is it?
To go back to the meeting
I don't know.
room.
Thought we were trying to take the bucket past the door.
Okay, I'll do that one more time. But I want to find the new content because I kind of realized
Isn't it
something.
past the meeting room?
No,
It may
Said the
be.
bucket.
don't
But
go to the
I
meeting
think I've
room.
realized
Go
something.
somewhere else.
Okay.
The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
We've already been through the new
Now ride
content
the
where we
lift all
got
the
the
way to
bucket,
the
right?
top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced
We
that
need
the
to go all the
bucket had
places we went
spoken to
before
him,
the bucket
and
with the
he
bucket.
unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Typing away.
Where are we going?
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a
Aw,
sign
man.
right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how
we
could
just
you
go
think
through it
it was
again?
okay to bring the bucket here? Unless...
It would just
what if the
restart
problem
us
is that
again.
You actually don't know what is a
I
bucket
can
and
restart
what isn't a
manually.
bucket.
Just let me see.
I suppose that
I
would
want to see what he
explain a
says
lot
in the
about
first
your
two questions
behavior
real
up
quick.
to this point, which, if that's true,
The,
well,
the
my
hologram
goodness,
and the
I think we have to do something
3D
about
printed
it.
bucket.
Shouldn't he know that we already
Could
did
have
this?
dire consequences
No,
on the
it
entire
resets for him
rest
too.
of the game, if not
We're the
adjusted
only ones that know.
properly. So much of the impact
Yeah,
of the
that's
story
true,
is
actually.
Sometimes he knows
on
that it's
your
been reset.
understanding of what
So he
is
should know this.
and isn't a bucket.
Exactly.
Please, step in here for a moment.
Is it a bucket? Is this a
Now
bucket?
then, I'm going to run you through some
Oh,
test
there's a
scenarios,
skip button.
and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin.
Alright, we're
Item
gonna go with
one.
no on this one.
Is this a bucket?
Ah.
It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Okay, one more and then I'll restart because this is gonna do the same thing, I believe.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a 3D.
The end is never the end is never the end. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone.
So
what could it mean?
we're gonna take the bucket
Stanley
to the
decided to
new.
go to the meeting room. The good old bucket. Just
We're gonna go
Stanley
left
and the
instead of
bucket,
right this time.
Off on another thrilling adventure together.
Whee!
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
The age-old dichotomy of left door or right door. Okay. Somewhere both red and blue. Oh,
Yes, there's
that's the
one.
doors. Okay, that's
Yeah.
where we just went with the bucket. We have to not take the bucket to get there. Gotcha.
Why not take the bucket?
Because we have to go past the door.
Stanley,
And
we
it doesn't
must
let us.
move on from this broom closet,
yeah.
simply because I have no remaining stickers. If coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Is this not new content? Maybe. Oh, you know what? I'm so confused. I don't know how to get to the new content anymore. Hello. This just does nothing. Remember, I think. Don't remember the code. He'll tell me though.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his
I would
darkest
actually-
of
I would buy a
hours,
bucket
did
if
the
they
bucket's warmth
sold one.
and guiding light pierce the dark
popcorn
clouds
in
of
it.
confusion and chaos. It would be with him.
But they
always.
probably make
The
fun of games like that, so they're probably not going to do it because
The two
they
of
make
them
fun
were
of games that do that.
inseparable. At
It's
this
sell
point,
content.
Stanley was so absorbed in the
That
tender
sell, like,
spiritual
merch.
connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk.
Look.
Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the pin number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
I forget what's. Oh. we've already been through this ending. We'll do it again. Oh, no. I think I maybe have one ending that we didn't do down here. Then we go to the blue and red doors.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Everything will be fine. Okay.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that
Nope.
read, Mind Control Facility.
Escape.
We haven't gone this way, have
Although
we?
this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Violent means there's another person.
The door behind them was not shut.
Necessarily.
Stanley and the bucket still had
Good point.
every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
What if the bucket kills us?
Aha! Gosh, when did this become a horror game? Oh. I'm not actually moving forward.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley
Well, this is
reflected
cool.
on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to
Press
embrace
buttons.
the bucket. But what
I
use is
mean,
a sense of
I know.
ease
Is there anything
when
you
you're
can
about
touch?
to be crushed to death?
Is there?
This
Can you
is what
jump?
Stanley thought to himself.
Nope.
And he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
My cruel world!
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal
Another
jaws.
narrator?
In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
How convenient.
It was a shame, the death of such a
Stanley
magnificent
Parable.
bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their
Are you
own
moving
way,
or are they moving?
I'm
but
moving.
this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious
Oh,
bucket to behold.
My bucket. I cannot believe we're still going with the bucket.
You lost your bucket?
It got crushed. Okay, I'm not gonna read all this, but
Empty void, turn a
Yeah.
blind eye, blah blah blah.
a whole museum dedicated to buckets.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like
Wow.
this and to claim it for his own?
25
Can
buckets.
you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than
Okay.
Stanley
Wait,
will
turn
ever
around.
be in his short life?
A photograph of 25 buckets, the greatest number of buckets ever captured on camera. The photographer experienced catatonic shock for several weeks as a result of the euphoria from exposure to this many buckets at once.
Love me some buckets. Bucket with 2 handles. Oh my goodness. Gotta go. Hey. Inferno bucket. It's a replica.
Drove nations to war.
Ooh. What the heck?
Cat poop.
Cave drawing. Cave drawing of...
Buckets predate the existence of mankind.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this
Wait,
one.
we didn't go right.
It is man
was
who
right.
should kneel before the bucket.
Oh, you mean the other
Yeah,
stairs?
the other
yeah, we'll
stairs.
go there. The hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance inevitably is for our own good. Hey, maybe that's the endless hole there. Farewell, cruel world. Oh, bucket.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
Oh, we're
Let
back here?
Stanley die.
No.
Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The
If I
bucket will
restart
take
it.
its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Maybe we should have hit restart.
Why was there a new narrator, though?
This narrator doesn't want Stanley to have a bucket.
That's different. Different! Do I take the bucket? No.
No, because we need to go to the red and blue door.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he
the
wanted to stop
balloons.
by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Feel bad for the guy who had to sit there and go through like 20,000
Stanley was
different
so bad at
monologues to put
following
in this game.
directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong
I want to know
foot
what's
here.
down there.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Like,
I
there's an
realize that
open
investing
cargo
your
door.
trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact
We need to
is
figure out
that
how to
the
get down
story
there.
has been about nothing but you
We may not be
all
able to.
this time. There's someone you've been
I
neglecting.
wonder what
Stanley.
happens if we get back on the
Someone you
elevator
forgot.
to go across the
Really?
other side.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Yoink.
And there it is. The last
Stickly wiggly.
Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing
had
something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many
Figurines.
people expect to be rewarded for the
Stan-
most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job
Stan
well
Figurines,
done
Figgly
is
Wigglies.
its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that.
We can't
So,
have that.
Instead, I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines. Now listen carefully, this is important.
Have we gone through the red door?
Stanley walked through the red door.
I don't know, but find out. I think so. I think we.
Oh,
I
thank
think we did
God
the
you
red door.
are willing to listen to
Yeah.
me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always
Wasn't
trying
the
to
new
get
content
somewhere that
past
isn't
the meeting
here.
room?
Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now.
And the door
Don't you
that
see
said
that
new
it's killing us,
content.
Stanley?
I don't think so. I think it was to the right.
I wanted to stop.
Might have to- you can look it up,
we would
though, if you
both be
want, because I
so
don't remember
We
it.
saw
if
the
we
new content
just
door. It just
stopped.
changes. The map
And
changes
I
every
think-
time.
Well, I think I have a solution.
We have to do
Here,
a certain thing
let me
first.
show you.
Yeah. Oh, is this the shiny light thing?
Totally forgot.
Yeah.
What do we
It's the
want?
shiny light
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Looking
Where he wants
for?
us to stay there forever.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, it's
Oh.
beautiful, isn't it?
We did this
If
for
we
like
just
30
stay-
minutes.
I don't want it. That's a
What was
boring
the other
ending.
door, though?
It's not. You go to the stairs and you kill yourself.
Well, we got the computers back.
Yeah, I need to
Hunt
know.
for the access code.
I need to know how to go.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines, those figlets.
The figlies.
I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't
If you
it
go
fill you
click
to the
on the
brim
30
with inner
door, will
richness?
he stop talking to be
Yes, I
interrupted?
know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
Yes.
I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Figurines. Welcome to the memory zone, everyone. See, I'm doing 60 frames, and it looks like it's a lot smoother to me. I don't know. Sorry for the back and forth there. It just looks...
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain?
Can I go this way? Can I skip it?
We'll never be like
Can't,
that
but I'm not
again,
going to.
Stanley.
Gimme. 7 out of 6. Never be like that again. Hey, another one.
And here was a second Stanley. I'll be honest, back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
So we're going into scary dark.
I don't like it. Okay.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand?
The bathroom,
Can you
right?
remember?
There wasn't one in the office.
No, it was in the fireplace, not the office. It was the bathroom.
Okay, I'm saying bathroom.
So it
I
was
really have
on
no
the
idea,
other
though.
side of the fireplace.
Like, before the elevator, like I turned
Hey,
around and
that's
saw
exactly right.
Yeah.
It was here in the boss's bathroom. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything. Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh, well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
I think you're wrong about that, sir.
Oh, great. More doors.
Kind of a aesthetically pleasing room, though.
This was the 5th mini stand, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly.
Can fall down now.
Because this one is particularly special to me,
Well, we've never
I
gone
made a little
across
video to
and
commemorate
then
the occasion.
Back across on
The
the
video.
lift. It's so grainy.
I hope this is not copyrighted.
Do not own any of this music.
Some videos were made back then. The narrator. Starring Stanley. The narrator.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
What happens if we jump down?
I don't want to. I think we need to keep going this way. I don't want to ruin the
Memory zone. He'd probably stop us and be like, no, Stanley.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind,
Moldy.
perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
You think about it. This was the last one I picked up, but other people had. There's 5 different figurines that you can pick up last, so he had to record a line for every single one of those. It was the right door, just because. So he had to record. He had to record a line for every.
And then
You are in the
there
present.
was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future.
When I move.
Goodbye, memory zone.
When I move OBS to my main screen.
Yes.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
The past.
Can you shut the door? Like, could you go in there and shut yourself in?
No.
Can you turn the TV off?
No, I think it turns off by itself. Weird. Weird. Oh,
Okay,
look.
yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
You want more. Okay.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
How could I forget it?
Yes, I love that video.
Seems like things just got dimmer in here. After you watch the video, it seems like it gets dimmer. I don't know. The pink
Still don't
room.
remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
What is that, an apple? Looks like it, yes. A solid room.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been
So
any
many.
kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
I wanna go up.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going. This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit
A
where I
creepy
introduced you
statue.
to the
Everything
figurine.
is so weird.
Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Oh yeah, we're back in the. Yes.
It's dark.
Yes. Collectibles.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally
circle.
sold on.
Wink.
I remember hating it back then. But time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now.
You're gonna run out.
Look how much fun the past is. I want
Skip
more.
button.
More.
We can find the skip button.
That is true. In the gym, the name button. Oh.
Oh, yes. The two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
Which way do I go?
Right, of course.
Oh, is it the same? Oh, it's the same.
Go right just to mess with him.
And we're back.
And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
Remember too hard.
Yes, I'm
Oh.
remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship.
What if this was
And
voiced
Stanley
by
really did make
Jarvis?
for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but
Rude.
it truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did
It's your
enjoy
last
telling the
chance.
story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Sounds great. That was an ending, I think. Yeah.
Okay, what if we find all the inputs this
Already
time?
this was uncomfortable.
And Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Alright, so don't pick up the bucket, maybe? Oh!
Okay, that's the second input. Okay, we need to find 3 more.
No, but wait. So that's the second one, and it's a new round. Like, I didn't have to go and hit the first one, so maybe it has to be a new round every time.
I hope not. That's how it was last time, though.
So we have to do 3 more. Do I take the bucket then?
Yeah, but something reset it completely. Let's not take the bucket.
Wait, but what if I get back to the new content now?
Okay, take the bucket.
Okay.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked.
Yes.
Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they
Every
went
computer.
together would
Left.
be perfect. Stanley clutched the
New
bucket
content's on the
tightly
right, I
to his
think.
chest
Not really
and entered
computers.
the door
Never
on his
mind.
left. This was not the correct way to the meeting
Please be
room.
there. Please be
Stanley
there.
had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
I'm so
And here it
confused on how to
was.
get there.
Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this no? Never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's left. I'll
Stanley
go
took
left.
the door on his left to go back to, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Okay. Hopefully it's after.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Nope.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs
How'd she
to
get
the
there?
boss's office.
Hmm? I get where.
So I thought the right didn't lead to the office.
Oh, I went through the maintenance thing. Because it wasn't leading me to new content.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work
We've already
hours.
had
He
this
might be
ending.
fined for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished?
Dang it.
His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself,
Supposedly, after 2 resets, the new content will appear along
Wait,
the path
Stanley
to the
thought to
manager's
himself.
office.
am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
Well, so we gotta go to the manager's office then?
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Manager's office. Let's get it.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Boss's office. Okay, so this is not the new content over here. This is like in the office, new content.
Stepping into his manager's
Yeah.
office,
Is it
Stanley was once again
2843?
stunned to discover
2483?
an indication of
2458.
anything in life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the
Oh,
bucket.
it's
In his
2485.
darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him, always.
Why can't I
The
remember the
bucket.
code?
And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the
I feel like he
bucket
mixes
knew
those
all
4
along?
numbers up every time.
Was the bucket guiding him?
Okay, so that now there's
This
supposed to
is
be new
certainly the
content.
most logical
On
explanation.
the way to the manager's office before the double doors. I don't. That's what it said. I don't remember double doors.
That's the door left and right.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer.
Oh, he said computer. I went too fast.
That stands the test of time.
So it's on the way here then, apparently, like before the double doors.
Following the guidance of the dude towards the manager's office, and you'll pass it. Is what it
Stanley
said.
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever.
We're not getting.
Perhaps
I mean, it's
his
not.
boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Like, I have no idea what's left to do then.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm gonna leave the bucket there then. Doors aren't closing behind me.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
But what's over there? The mind control room and... I mean, there's not much
This
else.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, well, from here it's, left.
No, right.
Oh, no, it's to the right, ma'am.
What if we actually got there?
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
It sounds like he's like a dungeon master for D&D, and he's having to flip through all his
Right,
notes.
Left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way. No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this
Sounds
time,
great.
suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
So confused on how to get to new content.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
My
Perhaps
bucket's
he had
not here
simply
anymore.
missed a memo.
I'm not happy about it. The bucket is not here.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh.
I don't
Everything
wanna
should be...
Go through this iteration
Did
again.
something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Yeah, let's find the story. Just gonna keep going this way. I think it all connects, probably. There's no real mystery. Oh, well, that was weird. What? So confused.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Alright, I'm not
All
going
of his
to change
co-workers
anything.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Bucket's
Perhaps
still
he had
not
simply
there.
missed a memo.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other
I think
direction?
we broke the
and see
narrator.
if we missed anything. Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Isn't this how we get the yellow line?
Now this...
To
well,
keep
I'll
us
be
from going
honest,
off
I don't
track?
recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what?
What's going
Since
on?
I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you
Psych.
put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all.
He's really
We
not a
both
people
know you
pleaser.
didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
The line.
Yeah,
All right,
no.
I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't
But
get
we
lost,
don't follow
I've
it.
employed the help of the Stanley Parable
But,
Adventure
Oh.
Line. Just follow the line.
This is how we
How
got into
simple
the
is
other
that?
area. Not the new content, but it took us through doors we haven't been in yet.
Yeah, but we've already done that though, right? There wasn't
Then don't
anything else
follow
to
the line.
explore. Yeah, let's see if we just don't follow it.
Because we haven't done that yet.
Oh, yay.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Okay, I guess we gotta follow the line then.
Check the computers.
Let me make
What
sure
if
it
there's
wasn't back
5
here.
computers in that area?
Okay, I didn't see it.
He's mad at you. Okay. Solitaire! As soon as we have an opportunity to not follow the line,
You see? The line knows where
I
the
will-
story
I will
is.
try.
It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
yes.
Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on, that got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
I feel like I'm on the high seas. Oh, I don't remember all this.
Cut the music. Go back and look at that fern.
No. No.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
I wish some of these would open.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
It's still here.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us?
I'm gonna go
We're
through a different door.
intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction? Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story.
Trademarked.
No lines or monitoring.
You was also trademarked.
Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Anything referencing the line.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision.
Oh, yeah, this...
From here, the story is in our
We know this
control.
ending.
How
remember.
important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I
Has
believe
the-
I need a minute to think here.
The
Just walk
restarts
in
on the
circles
big
for a minute.
board.
Okay.
And he's like, wait a minute, so this
I
was
know
all
that
just
each
a...
door has to
an
lead somewhere,
ending?
which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Yep. See.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget?
There are 19 endings.
My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why
You may
do I
just
get
need to start
decide?
checking off what you
Why
need to
don't I get a
find.
say in all of this? Is it really?
I'm trying to get back to the
No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game
new
to keep
content.
restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
some of these we found, some of these we have not.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Well, that's not creepy. Someone was following Stanley. How many of the bucket endings have we gotten? Or you want to take me down an ending?
Okay. Restart.
Restart?
Restart.
Okay. Restarting.
Okay, wait.
Ah!
I told you not to. Shut the door.
Oh, I've done. He says just no. You don't want to do anything or whatever.
Yeah.
I've done that.
You
We've
do
done that one. Yeah.
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Okay.
What could it mean?
Go to
Stanley decided to go to the
434.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The desk.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a
Okay.
trace of
Can you
his
turn it on?
co-workers.
Can you turn it on?
No.
Okay. Can you get on the chair?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single
Okay.
difference.
Go through the
Nor
window.
did it advance the story in any way.
Goodbye, world. What the heck?
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
It's so
He then
bright.
praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all
so
in?
bright.
Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Are you sick of this gag?
Well, I don't
Yes.
know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want, like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly.
Yeah.
What
I'm
Stanley
crossing
liked
out
most was buttons.
the ones we find.
He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite
We
unbearable.
found the one where Stanley hit the ground and a woman found him.
You too will become quite unbearable.
Is he just gonna keep singing this?
I have no idea.
Think so. I keep thinking it's gonna end, and it's not gonna end. Is this gonna end?
I don't know.
I'll give it 10 more seconds.
Did you say yes or no?
Said yes.
I think that's it. You want me to guide you to another one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, go to the boss's office.
The what?
Go to the boss's office.
All of his co-workers were
Bucket?
gone.
No bucket?
What
Or
could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he
not
had
to the
simply
bucket.
missed a memo.
I want to know what those computers are for, man. Boss's office. Here we go.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, man, excuse me.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office,
do this
hoping he might find
correctly.
an answer
Okay.
there.
So you're gonna go towards the
Coming
office,
to a
but don't go in
staircase,
yet.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
Don't
office.
go in here.
Don't go into the office.
Okay.
Go in and then right back out the double doors. Back up. Try it again.
Hey,
Click that.
what are you looking there? Okay.
Okay. Go in the double doors and back out. We want them to close. Need to go farther in.
Stepping in.
No.
What? What?
Go back to your room.
Go back to my room?
Go back to your room.
No, wait, I closed the door. Aw. Let's see what happens.
What?
I closed the door to my room, so I don't think I can get back in it.
It's fine.
He's still explaining in the room over there.
Yeah, you left him in the room.
That's amazing. I never would have guessed that was a thing. And these doors are all open now. That's cool. Stanley, you just left me. Pick up my bucket too. Oh. You are now leaving. Now leaving. Escape pod bay, floor 760. Can I go down? No. $760. I gotta go. Gotta go up 5 floors. Okay.
Or you jumped 300.
What?
Oh. Well, I thought you were on 400, so you were on 750.
Oh, yes.
I wonder if you can go past it. These are the windows. The bright white windows that you can't see out of.
Oh, yeah. Maybe so. That's the same room, though. 2 more floors. Oh, there's an elevator. Okay. So dark. Escape pod launch bay.
Escape pod will initiate
Initiate.
a relay.
Or sugar cannot be disabled or paused.
Both the narrator and the player must be present
in order to.
Uh-oh.
Dang it!
I don't know if that matters.
Of course it matters. Does it sound like I'm insane? Oh, it's on carpet. For real?
All of
Seriously?
his co-workers
All
were
right, I got.
gone.
We
Hold
gotta
on.
find the 4th computer.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Yes,
Perhaps
but-
he had simply missed a memo.
But wait, I have an idea.
The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In
I don't
time,
think the
perhaps,
bucket changed
he would
the
become
ending.
both of those things. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Should you
Still
wait and
no one
see?
was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office
Why did this
was where
open?
he'd find answers.
Oh, because I touched it, probably. Duh.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Would you like to go somewhere else
What do you mean?
instead of back to the escape pod? I think he has to start talking.
Stepping in.
It's not gonna be different.
How do you know? Because you looked it up?
No.
You telling me right now I can't put this bucket in an escape pod?
I don't know.
I hope I can. Otherwise, I'm going to be sad. Well, where are we going to go to next? Do you not want to tell me? You just want me to wait?
Yeah, more suspense is better for the audience.
Ah! See? Never would have noticed that.
Wait, you did click it?
Yeah. Input received.
So, one more.
Get it. Bucket. Bucket, 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 bucket. You're gonna escape, bucket. You're gonna escape with me. Or you're gonna escape by yourself. Who knows? I'll make it quick, audience. Bear with me. I can't put this bucket in this escape pod. The game creators failed. That's all I'm saying. The bucket deserves better than this. One more. Let's do it. Well done, game creator. Said shh. You missed it. He said, look, you shh, don't say anything. Oh my goodness. Because, you know, I can't get in there with the bucket, right? There's totally not enough room for both of us. Alright, at least the bucket made it, you guys. Okay, what's the next thing? Bang.
Click it.
Welcome, Stanley, to heaven? What? Is it just button heaven? Are they saying buttons? Buttons. 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 Okay, not quite. Can I get a whole row? That's... Probably not. No, look, they're going pretty fast. I guess that's impossible. there like a certain button that I can? I guess this is an ending. I'll make one more attempt. Oh, pretty cool. No, they're just disappearing too fast. All right. Begin the game again. Well, we made it to heaven, everybody. Oh, I can do it again?
Yes, heaven's always an option now.
Have you looked at that ending? Is that
Yeah,
it?
it's the heaven ending.
That's all that is?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. What
Wait,
else?
Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No, the orders were still missing. For now.
Okay. What do we got?
Okay, go back towards the office.
This?
No, the
Oh, okay.
office.
Replacement bucket?
Yours was crushed.
Oh, no, I sent it down the escape pod.
And try not to lose this one too, you dolt.
Okay.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now
It also says the sequel is now paused.
more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd
Okay,
find answers.
going to the boss's
Coming to a
office.
staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Yeah. Type in the code and everything.
What's the cut to? I can never remember.
2845.
His manager's office,
I know it's,
Stanley was once again
yeah.
stunned to discover not an
2845,
indication of
yeah.
any human life. Crushed by the weight of this, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Okay.
What?
Get in the elevator, press down, but don't get out.
But don't get out, okay? Don't get out. Okay.
Okay, now press it up again.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
Apparently there's some kind of way you can get like a dude. Like there's one, like you see a person a couple times or something like that.
And wait. I
What?
didn't tell you to get out. Press it again.
Press what again?
Button.
You can't. I'm assuming I gotta go press the number 3 on the keypad. That's what he said. Right?
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began... Well, he said, the number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley
not
looked
right.
expectantly at the bucket,
What?
but the bucket
not
remained silent.
What do you mean?
That's
This
not
was a
what's
shock to
supposed to happen.
Stanley.
Well,
who
the
had
button
always
wasn't
felt
lit
such a
up. I couldn't
connection
press
with
it.
the bucket.
No, maybe it was
After
the
taking
bucket.
some
It's the
time to
bucket.
show the bucket around the
But this is
boss's
something.
office,
This is something new
Stanley at
anyway.
last went to
So
the
I'll do it again.
keypad, where he began eagerly pressing
This?
the number 3 again and again.
I don't think so. Wait, let me make sure that he's still ain't got nothing else to say. I think that's it. Button's lit up. Alright.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
But wait. There's more.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see.
Basically, the
Feel
bucket
the
changes
happiness
every
I
one of these
feel.
endings.
He smiled at the bucket. The
Real?
bucket said
Or
nothing.
some of them it says bucket doesn't change ending. Like it obviously changed this. Yeah, I don't know what.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
Okay. Stanley returns to the elevator.
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Okay, let's see. Can I go up again? Oh my goodness. Metro Exodus. Oh, I guess now I'm just wasting time. Oh, no,
said
I'm not.
Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him.
There was
and
a
why
person
he
there.
felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy
Hey.
through the eyes of others.
Just saw a
It would
person.
get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand
Oh.
Stanley's work.
No.
For months, he advertised and
Live on
marketed
stage.
his press conference, building
Stanley.
excitement around it,
It's
developing
on
and rehearsing
Stanley.
it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
To stage 3333333. 427.
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true
Remember where he
connection
came
with
from.
a loved one.
Alright. Goes nothing. We're gonna do our press conference.
There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure, and in that moment Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding.
So I'm gonna do that without the bucket.
The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke
We've done
less
most
and
of
less,
them.
neither wishing to state the obvious, that
I'm not
any
gonna let you
sense
see the
of
list.
real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Oh, we're different. What? What'd that say? It disappeared.
All of his co-workers were gone. What
My
could it
boarding.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Okay, so we
Perhaps
don't
he had
take the
simply
bucket.
missed a
Don't take the
memo.
bucket.
Stanley went around touching every little thing. When Stanley came to a set of two
Right,
open
left.
doors, he entered the door on his left.
So apparently it's not crazy for it to just randomly redo the map.
Yet there was not a single person here.
I just need to
either.
figure out how to definitely get
Feeling
to
a
the new
wave of
content.
disbelief, Stanley
Feel like there's
decided to
more
go
stuff
up to his
there.
boss's office. Hoping coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright. Go to the elevator. Okay.
2845.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That
Narrator.
kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments
you know about
with some
anxiety?
calming new age music.
I didn't expect this.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Okay. Down
Elevator.
then up, right?
Yeah.
Yoink. See if I can see somebody there. Okay, back up.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Okay, back here.
Do it again.
Go back down.
I won't let you. Okay. You go then.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is.
Go back
What a decision
to
you've
it.
made to come up here and look at the
Or you
office
can wait for
again.
him to stop talking
This
to
has
me.
fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated.
Let's let him
It's
finish
that
talking.
keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow!
It doesn't give me all of the.
I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Go back. See if the button's lit up again.
Back down.
Yep.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
Okay.
Go back up.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
Okay.
Okay, we gotta let him talk again.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
What the heck?
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No! No, wait! No! I need more time to process. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before,
Do
I
it.
turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley. Of course, going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air
He's
in a
so
landscape of
mean.
storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Go back up.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. We're not done yet.
He's not saying anything.
Maybe third time's the charm.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating, and
Schrodinger's
having to
elevator.
guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting.
I didn't know
Why
all
don't
of
we
this
take
dialogue was
elevator
happening,
ride
by the way.
nice and slow?
Oh my goodness.
There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate, and then to marvel at the eventual reveal? This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years, and it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative
Here's where I
drivel
saw the
all
guy, but
time, and we
he's not there
all know
anymore.
it,
He was
which is
on the
why
side of
we're
the
so
truck.
starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley. Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why... Oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you, so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh good, we're here.
Press conference.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should
Look
be
at
just
everything.
around the corner here somewhere.
It's the same.
You've done this already?
We walked down this with the bucket.
The press conference?
Yeah, we had a press conference on the number 3. With the bucket. It may not be. I don't. It may not be.
Okay, well, I thought it was going to be a
Yes,
different
here it
ending
is,
since
just
you
through
did
this
the bucket
door.
thing.
It probably is.
All right.
Like,
are
this
you
is
ready?
different.
I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in
We
storytelling.
had a whole conference
and
on
what
the
it
number
means to
3.
craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry.
Slightly
You'll do
different,
great.
yeah.
Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get them.
Oh yeah, that's very different. Nobody was there. Wow. Thanks everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is my speech on almond milk. All right. I can still go to heaven anytime I want to, by the way.
Yeah, something new.
Yeah.
Go to the boss's office.
Oh, okay.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was
Don't
a
take the
computer,
bucket.
perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
1 second.
Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very. Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
Goodbye, cool world.
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear.
We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self.
The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps, if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket?
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata
Gambhorata.
first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like... My God,
Ah!
Stanley, you did it.
My
You
bucket!
saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated
12
such
sages.
bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
Wow. My bucket.
I can't wait to tell this story
There's
to
one
my
ending that
coworkers,
you're
Stanley
not gonna
thought.
get.
How amusing they'll find it.
Why?
Because
Oh,
you're
won't
not
we
going to
all
sit
just
here for
laugh
4
and
hours
laugh
and
at
press the
time I
button.
thought everyone had gone missing.
What button?
You remember the red baby button? Or the 4-hour
When
button?
Stanley came
Oh,
to a set
gosh,
of 2 open
no.
doors,
Yeah.
he entered the
Determined
door on his
players can
left.
find this ending. But you have to do the 4 hours.
I will look it up on
Yet
YouTube.
there was not a single person here.
I'm not
either.
pressing that button for
Feeling away
4
in disbelief,
hours.
Stanley
Who would
decided to
do?
go up to
You
his
can just
boss's
make a
office.
little
Coming
machine
to
that'll
his
keep pressing
staircase,
your mouse
Stanley
button or whatever,
walked
but I'm not doing
upstairs
that.
to his boss's office.
Well, that wouldn't work after 2 hours.
I mean,
After 2 hours, there's a second button. And you have to run between them.
are
For
you
another 2 hours.
serious?
Yes, that's what it says.
Oh my gosh. Okay, what do I do now?
Okay, sorry.
Wow, wow, wow.
Go take the ending to the mind control thing.
Okay.
Yeah, just like
Okay,
follow
I
it
think
there,
we all
but
know the
don't
drill
do
by
anything.
now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad.
Oh.
Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Okay. Mind control. Activate. So go to the mind control.
Yeah. No, there's actually 2 endings we could do right here. One of them you did with the bucket.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that
Okay.
read Mind Control
Am I
Facility.
escaping?
So, you are going to not follow the path. Okay, wait. Get onto the chair and desk. And I'll go off.
Really? Whee!
Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Welcome! You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours. So here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content? Always more content, more, more. And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game, with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section. You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are. We call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
Good job, you did it.
What?
Good job. 3, 2, 1. Good job, you made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. You jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending. Now it's an ending. And I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams. But railings don't mean anything. Good job, you did it. 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 Good job, you did it.
Woo!
Wow.
Okay. Go. Straight.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
And
be?
left.
Stanley decided to
straight.
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
That's
missed a
different.
memo.
They're not different.
No bucket.
No bucket. Okay. Hi. Hi, bucket.
Go right.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly
Continue.
well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was,
Keep going.
the lounge. What a room, Stanley. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Straight.
Stanley was so bad at following
Off the ramp.
directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years
Here?
ago.
It doesn't really matter where you fall. And again.
Like, that,
All
like,
the way down.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley left from the platform.
I've been wondering
and
what would
plunged
happen
to
if we
his
did that.
death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
alright.
Cross that ending off.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome?
Okay, that is called the cold feet ending.
What?
The jumping off the warehouse and hitting the ground.
Okay.
So basically, we just do things with and without the bucket based on what we did before.
Okay, but I want to know how to get back to the new
A
content.
soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather. It takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent. Stanley checked his ego and then proceeded onward.
Do I go left or right? For the new content. I want to get back to there, and it has not showed up in quite a while.
Okay. So the new content ending was that little roller coaster you went on that guided you through new content.
Yeah.
Ideas.
And then we got to the... You should be able to get back to it, though. But yes.
I don't know how. It says it'll open randomly after you've seen several
Stanley
endings.
clutched the bucket tightly
Once
to his
triggered, the
chest
door
and
416
entered the
will
door on
open
his left.
and read new content.
That's to the right?
No, I think it's towards the beginning. It's 416. Can we pass it on the way here?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the
I can take
place
you through a
to
speed
be.
run to the
And here
technical
it was.
real
Had the
ending.
bucket turned out to be correct?
You just follow his instructions
The bucket
completely
was
really
wrong.
fast.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the
Okay,
meeting
so
room.
restart.
Yeah. Because I don't know if you've done this yet. Like it's technically like the speedrun immediate ending.
All
So
of
just
his
don't stop for
coworkers were-
anything.
Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
What?
Left.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
2845.
Here's the door, just go.
Excellent.
Down.
Down. Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead
Straight.
through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
And then press the light button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
That's
it.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of
It's a
them,
speedrun. We're gonna be ready.
eternally monitored
Do it
in this
again.
place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Oh, we had got all the endings.
But here was the
Here,
proof.
Okay.
The heart of the operation. Controls labeled
Sure,
with
right.
emotions.
Go
Happy
to facility
or sad
power.
or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again
Pretty sure
exert
I've
its
done this
terrible
We did
power
this.
over an...
Okay, this is speedrun though.
I don't know what the difference is, but alright.
This should be the fastest we've done it.
Okay.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Yeah.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly
It's a
opened,
mop.
Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility
Isn't it?
of the new path before him.
Yes.
This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
I just don't know if we did it in 4 minutes and 22 seconds.
I'm pretty sure we did, but why is there supposed to be something different?
Well, I think there's an
Beat the
extra
game?
achievement. Yeah, beat the game.
Yes.
Okay, I think we've done everything.
No. I know for a fact that that new content stuff, I didn't want to do that.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now
I think
it's
taking the
just
bucket
a little
changes some
bit
of the
closer.
endings.
Now it's even closer.
Or not taking the bucket, since we kind of
Here it
mixed it up and didn't do them all before we took the bucket. I know the bucket, or it's a bunch of new endings.
All of his
Stuff.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace.
Just trying to get new content. So left.
Supposedly it takes 8 hours to beat the entire
Stanley
game.
clutched the bucket tightly
And
to
all
his
endings,
chest and
so.
entered the door on his left.
And maybe an average. I'm not
Still
sure.
no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a
Still no new
staircase,
content.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I really don't understand. I don't think this takes you anywhere. He starts singing. You can hear him. Watch.
Alright.
I really don't know what to do.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is...
What?
What's your favorite time
9:47.
in?
No. I don't have a favorite time.
I have a favorite time.
9:48. It changed it again. Oh, I went down, that's why. 9:48, okay. Your favorite time of day. Or could you simply not resist giving me the correct time again? After all, I know how much you enjoy setting the time correctly. Okay, I'm curious how accurate 9:48 p.m. is. Let's use another slider to find out. How accurate is 9:48? Very accurate. You know, I can say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I feel like I'm learning a lot more about you and the things you like to be set. It's good to collect data. I wish we had more sliders, but we're going through all the sliders I have. Perhaps I can invent some new sliders to gather new data on you. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, let me whip up a couple new ones. Should be ready by the next time you boot up the game. Okay. So right now?
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I have one more,
Stanley,
Okay, we're skipping that.
if you want it.
all of his co-workers
Not
were
doing the
gone.
baby one.
What could it mean?
Not the baby one.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
What?
Close and reopen the game
Stanley's
several times.
The
And
only
interact with the
co-worker
sliders
he
and
would
time
ever
settings.
truly need.
Okay. No.
So,
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly
it'll
to
give you
his chest
something new.
and entered the door on his left.
Make sure that if this doesn't give me the... This isn't going to give me the new content, so
Still
I'll
no
do
one
that.
was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps...
One second. Maybe that's how. Maybe I gotta do that to get to the new content. Maybe I'm stuck. You just until the computer is barely visible. You can see the keyboard barely. Well, we'll just say that. Please just slide into the dog and cat are friends. Friends? More than friends? Not friends. Friends? Is that friends or is this friends?
I think that's counts as friends.
This?
Just one heart. Yeah.
Please just slide until the number 5 becomes the number 9. Oh.
It had the word 9.
Please adjust the slider until you stop adjusting the slider. Which of the two made up words below is most appealing to you? Scrumtush or Akiboinkle?
Scrumtish.
No, I find Akiboinkle hilarious.
I guess we're on different ends of this slider then.
Please don't adjust the slider.
Do it.
Okay, no. Do you know what time it is right now? Yes.
Without looking.
What? Is the time that is right now the correct time? Yes. What is time anyway?
No.
Yes. Is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me?
No.
Yes. Plenty of things.
When are you truthful?
Help.
No.
No, stop. I'm not gonna be mean. Will you come back to visit me? Yes.
Dang it, do it again.
Why?
Because there's something else.
Something else?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? What time is it? 9:52. Does anyone really truly know? Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. Sure, I've adjusted all the game settings to your exact specifications, but who hasn't? It's just what I do, like a day job. And now, the job is over. There's no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can. And I still don't really know you.
Ouch.
And you don't know me. And neither of us know what time it is. I guess some settings are just unsettable. But if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyway. You won't have me here when the game starts next time, but that's okay. Aw, that's sad. Video games are meant to be played alone. You like being alone, don't you? That's maybe the only information I really learned about you. Well, it's time for me to leave. There's still one more setting that we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. It's not really in my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again, if you can find me. Talk soon. Interesting.
Okay.
Also, I realize... What?
Epilogue.
Heck yeah. Also realize what the champion settings is or whatever. I wasn't. You literally have to go through every setting, like the on, even the on-off ones, not just the slider ones. So many years later. Ooh. What the heck? What the heck? I remember this place. Towards the sun we go, I guess.
I love how we always instinctively go towards the sun. East? I thought you said west.
Oh. My chair! I love my chair. Stay warm. It's cold at night in the desert. Aw, I was pressing control. Nothing. I was pressing control. I wanted to take a picture. Oh, wow. Run! Run, Dorothy.
Where's your son now?
Fetal position. Towards the moon. That's a pretty moon. Got it. Ooh, that's pretty too. Got it. Okay.
Is that?
What is that? Is that the escape pod?
Your bucket!
Yes! Bucket! Oh, I missed you, Bucket. We made it out alive. I got my bucket. I got my bucket. So what happened? I wonder what happens if you don't send him off.
What is that?
Generator. Stanley Parable 2. This is so creepy. Can still type away though. I can't see where I'm going. Okay. The review. Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable. Oh, this is the bad review. Cookies. Cookie Nine's blog. Okay. Anything behind it? No. There's a newspaper though.
Cat Dog Board. The Mammal Times.
Oh my gosh. We did that.
We did.
Putting the dog and cat together. The slider. Stanley Parable developers. No more spin-offs. No more sequels. Buttons. Buttons.
The name button. Of all the names, it's Jim.
Jim.
Jimothy? Mr. James Halbert. Every Jim will be pressed.
Touched. We're gonna touch every Jim.
Stop it.
Jimmy.
Stanley. Stanley.
It works.
Stanley.
My bucket looks like a golden bucket.
What if there was a wall of buttons with a bunch of names, like the keychains at gas stations,
Stanley.
and you could find your name on the wall?
Stanley. Could we just talk about how you thought the game was about Stan Lee when I said the Stanley Parable?
No, I thought it was the Stanley Parable, as in, did I stutter? That's the Stanley I was thinking about.
Wee. Ooh. Hello. Nope, can't go through there. Thank you for enjoying the new content.
Are you gonna look at the computer?
Yeah.
I didn't know this was a thing.
Hello again.
We found him!
Nice to see you. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense. Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Oh yeah, we haven't heard of him. We haven't heard him recently. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together we're going to make the Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also really need a really dumb subtitle for the game. Something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. Oh my goodness. Wacky challenge. Grilled
boyfriends.
Grilled thank you.
Grilled baby.
Hidden baby. Temple of boyfriends. Temple of story of boyfriends. Story of choice. Offline lawsuit. I don't know.
Story of choice makes the most sense.
Okay, we'll just say that. Story of choice. Stanley Parable 3. Story of choice is absurd. I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1, and then we'll pick a new subtitle. That way, the Stanley Parable will never end. And nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. It'll just be the same content, recycled again and again and again with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it, but I want you to have a say as well.
Do it.
Let's do it. Good, that's great. A new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you put faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. You see, I'm noticing that the narrator never found a way to give you the broken achievement, did he? Oh, yeah, of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. All right, there. The achievement machine is all fixed. See, I'm on your side. We're in this together. We're going to keep this train rolling. Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral in on itself forever. I must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Great. There's only one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time. Oh my gosh. 10... I'm gonna wait 10 seconds and let it be 10:03. I can actually click this all day. This is a really relaxing sound.
Why would you want to do that? You would last like 1 minute.
That's what she said. All right.
Confirm.
Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible.
So dark.
Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable.
Ah!
Story of choice!
Yes, we did it!
Oh, okay. I will be right back. I've got to take the dog out. So, have fun.
Oh, am I playing you? You could just pause it when you leave. We're not gonna tell him. And I'm gonna change these. Nothing happened. Ready to go at it again? You ready to go at it again?
Play?
Oh no, I'm just waiting for you. Let's do it.
Begin the game.
This is the story of a
A
man,
man named
Stanley.
Stanley.
Where I'm skipping that. What the heck? What did you do? Bay, did you change my settings? Are you serious?
You have to change it to like F or something so they aren't, you can't put the same two. And then change
You're a butthole. You know that?
change that to F. And then go change the forward to W. I was sitting here and I was like, what am I gonna do? And I was like, I was looking for the achievements. It was innocent. I was trying to find the achievements list to see what was left. And then I was
All
like,
of his
hey,
co-workers were
controls.
gone. What could it mean?
Wonder what I could do
Stanley
with
decided
this.
to go to the meeting room. Is Stanley
Where are the achievements?
without the bucket really Stanley at all?
No,
No,
yes.
surely not. Oh, new content.
They're in
What does that
Steam.
mean? New
Ah.
content.
What do you mean? Oh, he doesn't remember. Okay. Well, sir, get ready to be flabbergasted. Because I already have a
Hello,
bucket.
and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in
We already know all this.
2013 on
Alright, I'm
home
getting cool. You gotta
computers.
give me some blanket.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Wait, Stanley. I've just now realized. That bucket you're holding, it's the bucket I've been working on for my sequel. How did you get your hands on it? Isn't this the preview to the sequel? How do you have the bucket already? This makes no sense at all. Hold on. Did I already show you my ideas for the sequel? I don't remember doing that at all. You're seeing things all out of order. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle? The infinite hole, the giant door. Did you see them already? Stanley, none of them are ready yet. I'm still developing them. They're not even close to finished. How did they look when you saw them? Were they captivating? Were they exciting? Did they fulfill on the promise of everything that a sequel to...
It says the sequel is now paused.
1920 by 1080, 60.
Yeah.
That was... My goodness. My
You should have
goodness.
just done one forward and one backwards.
No, you have to go through every...
Option.
You have to go through every option, yeah.
Oh.
They did this on purpose. They totally did this on purpose. Oh my goodness. 1920 by 1080, 190. That's where we were. Okay. 8 times AA. Okay. High. have to do that?
Stanley Parable could
I
possibly
guess
be.
I do. I don't
Had
know.
I figured out
Goodness
how the hell to
gracious.
make a sequel to this game?
There's no way to go through all the options on that, though.
Wait, if you're still carrying the bucket around with you, if the bucket is interesting to you, that means I must have made it correctly. Yes, you carrying the bucket with you everywhere is exactly what I set out to accomplish. The bucket is the exciting and captivating new content that I promised. I did it! I win! I made a sequel to the Stanley Parable! Yes, the sign is correct. Thank you for enjoying the new content. Thank you for taking the bucket everywhere with you, clinging tightly to the bucket, never letting it go. It means I've won. It means I am victorious over the gamers. It is a sweet salve of victory on my soul. Thank you for enjoying the new content. The bucket is the Stanley Parable now. They are one and the same. There is no Stanley Parable without the bucket. I win, 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 I win.
If you put the bucket in the escape pod and you take the bucket with you, or no, that was the epilogue. You can't take the bucket in the epilogue.
Right.
All of his co-workers were gone.
That wasn't the
What
new
could it mean?
content, though, bro.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting.
Hey, that
room.
was the new
As
content
Stanley lifted
ending.
his bucket,
The
he felt a
bucket's new
connection to
content.
all buckets
No.
everywhere. This adventure, he decided,
Turn to the
was
stair and
for
go to
all
Expo
of
Hall. That's what I want to do. Last time it said new content, but all that junk. Nobody want to go. Nobody want to go over there. 5th annual
Committee meeting of internal revenue analysis for committees of the Royal Revenue Discussions Club. Or girls.
My goodness.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development, here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Locked in. I don't think we need. Did I get the I should have gotten the achievement for it. That really bugs me. Yeah. Did I forget something?
No, go to controls and let's.
Maybe change these.
Yeah.
Okay. It only matters to do.
You can't have two of the same thing. So.
Okay. Then jump will be caps lock. We'll change it back. Caps lock to be E.
Mm-hmm.
Crouch would be that. Then left control. Okay. Still nothing. I didn't miss anything.
You know what? Go back to general. Some of the stuff. You went all the way to 0 and then to 72. Did you go past, like back and then past it and then back?
Thought I did.
don't remember you doing that on the 80. I have to look it up again.
I don't know. I mean, it's
You
literally.
did the infinite hole ending.
It's literally changing the
That's new.
what settings?
you.
World champion.
It says that's new.
Oh. I know what I want to go do. It won't end. I wonder if I should try to go do it again, but I'll wait.
You could do it with the bucket this time. It would give you a. It should be different.
Did I not do it with the bucket?
Oh, man, I thought it was just you. Because you hadn't gotten the bucket yet.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new
we
version,
change the balloons
office
that are
could
in it?
use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion,
Aw,
it makes you
should've done.
realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, Stepniece,
Well,
it
alright.
is. Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
No, you didn't have the
Stanley,
bucket.
here's an
bucket.
idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as
Its
deep as
power is
anyone would
out.
actually need. Don't you put this on
Its
me.
power is
Maybe
out.
you're the problem.
And its generator's not working.
Look, the things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show
Again.
you even more of my ideas. Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like
felt
you spent
different.
a little less time in there than you did before. I mean,
New
admittedly,
mug.
I didn't make an infinite hole. I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot.
Very aggressive divot. Oh. I'm not gonna fall back into the little thing and do like the whole
But it's the bucket this time.
trippy.
It'd be different.
I don't think so. I don't think it. I don't want to go through that again. That takes forever. What I'm more interested
Calling
in.
it the Stanley Parable 2
Checks.
is just so much
Not the
catchier
time,
than
buddy.
Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean?
So,
but the Stanley
look
Parable
here.
2. Now
What?
that's an artistic
You
statement.
went use the bathroom,
right
so I know
there.
you ain't gotta
It's
use the bathroom.
future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and
You get
long-term
2 buckets.
franchising potential.
Where's the bucket?
Wait, there are 2 buckets here. How did you get a second bucket? Oh no, the warmth and comfort of a single bucket is already so great, so intoxicatingly wonderful. With 2 buckets, there's no telling. Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me?
I didn't even click the
Stanley!
bucket.
Oh, thank God, I didn't lose you. Stanley, the power of 2 buckets was too much. I had to destroy both of them. I know how much the bucket meant to you, but I couldn't take the risk. I hope
Where's
one
my
day
bucket?
You can forgive me.
Is this a bucket?
I shall never forgive you, narrator.
I'm gonna lock him in the office again.
Okay. So,
Also, they don't have merch, but there's a Redbubble store that sells inspired merch. We could get a property of Stanley. What's that door?
I think it just says epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes,
We already
yes,
have
we'll
an
go at the end of
epilogue.
the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Yeah, I need to figure out how to do the.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself,
Yeah, what do you call it?
what do players really
button.
want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized, and that... Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really
So it's the
simulate
same.
the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
Jim.
Whoa, hold
Gotta
on.
check
I
the
wasn't
achievements.
finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now,
Do it.
allow yourself to become Jim.
Jim.
All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of here. I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on?
Jim.
See, if you'd only played along,
Jim.
that would have been
Jim.
your name
Jim.
the button
Jim.
says. But
Jim.
no.
Jim.
Instead,
Jim.
oh,
Jim.
I can't even
Jim.
think about
Jim.
it. I'm taking
Jim.
the Jim button
Jim.
away.
Jim. 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 Jim.
You're so mean.
Jim.
Where's the achievement?
The free achievement?
That's in. Yeah, that's in the.
It's in the other room. We passed it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Maybe
like the
I'll
free
only let
achievement
people
here.
named Jim play the Stanley Parable
Left.
2. They
Left.
would appreciate what I've created here.
New and easy achievement.
Oh I can't wait to see how he reacts to this. That's the achievement machine, right? Because it's fixed now. And last time he said it wasn't fixed.
Okay.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. As you can see, the machine is not working yet since... What? Wait. What in the holy hell is going on? You got the achievement? Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched? Oh, God. Composure?
That was a lowercase g.
Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2.
With that, we're probably gonna leave that there.
Just breathe.
Well, so I don't think we can freak him out about anything else. Right? Maybe we did the figure.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen?
Yes, let's go to the figurines, because we have like 20-something on our account.
Out of order? You've been here already.
So we took too many.
Okay.
We're at what, 24 out of 6?
Something like that, yeah. Alright, what else was there? That stupid settings world champion is the only thing. I mean, I can go finish the jump circle, I guess.
No, you'll have to come back to this, though.
Oh. No, the jump circle's somewhere over here. Excuse me, it's by the infinite black hole. Right here.
You know what, Stanley?
You can't
I actually
slide
think
it, you have
the
to
jump
click
circle
down.
was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that
Click
for
on
the
what?
sequel.
Open the settings. Okay, take it to max.
Take what to max?
One of the sliders. And click the down on the D-pad.
What?
Alright, it's supposed... yeah. Or left.
That?
Yeah, you can't slide. It has to click through every number.
Why? Okay, so now, but I should only have to do it on the sliders, right?
I believe so.
So I've clicked everything. I've literally clicked everything else.
No. Did you go all the way to 1 on that last 5?
Yeah, I believe so. I'll go do it again.
All the way up. Or did you take it all the way up? Yeah, but somebody said that you literally have to. All the way to. Okay, you did it on that one. I just didn't see you did it on the last one. Okay, go to the other pages.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is...
This doesn't work, I'm gonna cry.
Now go back to general. Scroll down. Alright, click show transition labels and do that slider.
No, the 80. Well, it don't matter.
Yeah, but someone mentioned that the subtitles and the translation also have sliders on them. I think that's it.
Nope. Unless I have to do it all in one and I just exited out of it.
Okay. He also said you may have to just do 10 numbers down and up at a time. Or he said the safest bet is to click it individually.
I'm not doing all that. I literally clicked every single thing on here, and it's just not.
Apparently, if you use the D-pad, it can go in 5s and not 1s. But it looks like yours were going in 1s.
That was it.
Yay, we got it!
That was it right there.
Go to the door. Go to the door. Go to the door.
Whole darn thing. I did all that, and it was that stupid thing.
I want to see what's in the door.
Okay. Out of the way. This is the way.
We know the way.
Alright, after this. That'll be it.
Please be open. Please be open. Please be open. I'm gonna be so upset if it's.
Aha! I can see you've gotten the Settings World Champion achievement. Well done. You've experienced every setting, traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't seen. So, just for you, in the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting, something called bumpscosity. What exactly is bumpscosity? Well, I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I just know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider, and that it'll be available from the settings menu. We'll sort the rest of the details out later. I hope you're looking forward to trying out every level of bumpscosity in the Stanley Parable 2.
They've got to be making another game for them to be pushing this like this. Bumpscosity!
1,000. I don't think it actually does anything.
Bump up something. See if you run into something, does it bump you around?
No. It's broken like everything else. Okay. I think that's it, so we'll go to the exit then.
Completionist. So there's only one thing left to do.
What?
You got 4 hours in you?
No. I will never do that.
We'll have to find a video of somebody who does do it.
Everything you wanted to. Ready
That
to move
achievement,
on now?
that is not worth it.
So,
Don't
Stanley,
make me look through
what
all
do you
this
think?
again.
Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort
Figurines.
Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work?
You're all shady.
I suppose it could, but it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
What if instead of the door, you were just falling down the infinite hole?
Alright, I think. Excuse me, I think that's it. I don't know of any other endings we can do to
Well, I think the average is 8 hours, and we've done it in 6 and...
I don't know. We probably didn't get everything, but
The only things we're missing are some of the without and with buckets endings. But we did all the endings, just not both sides of the coin.
let's see here. I'm gonna quit the game. We'll pull up the achievements real quick. So here's the achievements for the game. Getting any of the achievements as your first, so you'd literally get any other achievement. So we had just got that for the speed run, beat the game. We just got that for the free achievement, welcome back, quit the game, start it again. We actually got that too.
Mm-hmm.
You can't jump. No, seriously, we disabled it. Click on the door 435 times. That was a pretty great one. Settings World Champion just got that one too. So we actually just got 4 achievements in this run through. So play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday. I still don't know what that means. I'm not going to play that all day on Tuesday.
I think, what if you just kept the game open all day, running
That could
from
be.
midnight to midnight?
I'll have to look up what all this 88888 means.
What if you went to the code, the door thing, and you start putting in 8s?
Maybe. Speed run complete the Stanley Parable in under 4 minutes 22 seconds, not including load times.
So we
could do
didn't
that
do
one.
it.
We could do that one, but then how did we beat the game? Because I had that ending already, but I don't know. And then Super Go Outside, don't play the Stanley Parable for 10 years.
Well, I think when you
That's
did
insane.
it and you turned it off, you had the bucket with you.
I don't know. But we could definitely get this one.
Mm.